Hey, so if you're having a difficult time walking upstairs, I want to encourage you to not take this as a sign to stop walking upstairs or to step back from places or areas or spaces that have stairs. I want you to see it in a little bit of a different way. If this is something you're starting to experience, and it's difficult for you to get upstairs, I want you to start to examine why, first of all, it's difficult for you to get up the stairs. Is it because you feel off balance? Is it because you just feel mentally intimidated because you heard a story about someone else having a less than desirable experience with taking stairs? Is it because you're actually feeling pain? And if so, where are you feeling that pain? You see, I want you to assess the why behind the action that's taken place, because that's going to be the key to finding out how to address it. You don't want to step back because this is an opportunity for you to examine a response that you're getting out of your body. And we've spoken about this before. And the importance of how we see something is going to affect the steps that we take. And those steps we take are going to enable us to either improve the function of our life or to go in a different direction. Now, oftentimes I've seen or heard individuals being given the advice of, okay, well, just slow down. Your age is getting up there, so you want to slow down. But slowing down in general is not the answer. You see, our bodies are, if they're in fact alive, and if you're watching this, you are, then what's happening is it's still trying to go through the process that it was designed to go through, which is recovery and regeneration, to actually function the way that it was designed. And when you get signs or signals like a difficulty in you being able to perform something, then you don't want to take it as a signal to step back, but you want to take it as a signal to determine what you need to do so that you can in fact perform it safely. So say, for example, you're just winded. Well, that's letting you know that you need to improve your endurance, or there's some sort of medication that you're taking that's causing it, or there's a nutrient that you're at a deficit of that's causing you to have a difficulty in taking in air. Okay, so that one thing, you can respond by not performing it, and that will actually make it worse because your body's trying to tell you, I need this particular nutrient so that I can supply you with the oxygen, or be supplied with the oxygen that's necessary for me to function. On the other end, you might have some pain depending on where you're having it. If it's in your knees, that could be an indication of a particular exercise that you need to perform. Say, well, what exercise can I perform to take the stress off of my joints? If you feel just soreness in your thighs, well, that could mean that you're just too sedentary and that you need to perform exercises, that you're bending at the knee in the appropriate manner, strengthening your core, maybe even increasing your flexibility, and you'll be able to then use those muscles and continue to perform that. But if you take the stance, or if your response is to step back from doing it, you could just be making the situation worse, which I've seen a lot of. Now, I can't reinforce enough that our bodies are designed to regenerate, to heal, to recover. And so if we take these less than optimal situations as a sign to take a step, or to discover something that we didn't know before, to ask questions and then supply with what's needed, then we can keep this optimal function of our body until we leave this earth, which is what we definitely can do. Remember, you don't have to be sick in order to pass away. A person doesn't have to be sick in order to pass away. So, and just a few tips in regards to walking up the stairs, in addition to what I've already given you. Like, find out what it is. Is it your inability to take in enough air? Is it, the knees? Is it the back? Like, what is it? And then address what's going to help support that, which is probably going to be a combination of a specific movement, stretching, and then putting in the proper nutrition. Usually it's a combination of those three. When you're walking upstairs, just to give you a few tips on what is safest to be able to now walk upstairs. Matter of fact, I was just recommending this today to somebody, that walking upstairs is actually an excellent way to be able to build functional strength and conditioning for the body, not just the lower half, but the entire body. But when you do that, what I do want to reinforce is that, of course, you want to make sure that the surface is something that is a safe surface, means there's a bit of a grip. If you're walking upstairs or a surface that is a little slippery, some people have tile or some people have a carpet, then you can put something on there that has a better grip. And in addition to that, you want to make sure that you're leaning forward when you walk up. And I'm not talking about slumping over, humping your back, doing things to cause your posture to be inefficient or to cause more issues with your posture, but you're leaning forward with your chest up, because when you're gravity, when you lean forward, it's going to work with that. So if I'm leaning forward, gravity's already pulling me down, then it increases the chances of me falling. And you see this all the time with someone who's slumped over, they're forward, and then they can stumble and fall even more because they're essentially helping gravity out, just coming closer to it. But when you're going up the stairs, this is better because, the stairs are at an angle. And if you're leaning forward, all you're going to do is have the stairs right there to catch yourself. It's not a huge, distance between you and the stairs. So you're actually getting into a more safe position, and you're actually using your muscles more when you're leaning forward a little bit more. So when you do take stairs, and just for daily activities, or if you want to use it for conditioning, like I said, have your chest slightly forward. You want to be slightly forward, because then if in fact you do stumble or whatever it is, you're very close to the stairs. You can just catch yourself without any risk of injury. The other thing is that when you're coming down, I see this at the beach sometime, people are using the stairs for exercise and they're running down the stairs. For one, if you're at the beach, there's sand, or you're outdoors, there's maybe a risk of falling, and those stairs are just made out of pure concrete. And so when you are using the stairs for exercise, which is great, you're getting outside, you're seeing other people, you're interacting, it's a really positive environment. But when you're going down, don't run down. There's no need to run down. Hold on to the handle, and when you're going down, you want to lean back. So when you're going up the stairs, you want to slightly lean forward, but when you're going down the stairs, you want to lean back. Why? Because if something happens and you lose your balance or whatever it is that might happen, you have to kind of get your footing. You have the banister on the side for one, but if you're leaning back, your butt, you can just sit down on it. But when you're going down, you want to lean back. So if you're walking downstairs, hold on to the banister and lean back. You'll feel it a little bit more in your quads, which is great, the muscle instead of the joints. But then you also allow yourself to be in a safer position in case you do lose balance. You can just sit your butt down on the stairs, okay? And you all, I hope that was helpful. Take those little tips when you're walking up the stairs to keep it safe. And so if you find yourself in that situation to where some of these daily activities that you just need to perform for your regular maintenance of life, if some of these activities are becoming more challenging, don't hesitate to reach out to me, okay? All right, so I hope that was helpful, you all, and I look forward to talking to you soon. You have a blessed day.